In this video we are going to see agricultural lesson, geography, fourth lesson. Agriculture objectives, we will able to understand different types of farming, discuss the various types of crops with their climate condition. Then first point of the lesson, that is types of farming. We know already: primitive subsistence farming, intensive subsistence farming, and commercial farming. Then over years, cultivation methods in India have changed significantly depending upon the characteristics of a physical environment, technology, know-how, and socio-cultural practices. Farming varies from subsistence to commercial farming. At present, in different parts of India, the following farming systems are practiced. Starting, it was primitive subsistence farming everywhere, but present we can see some of the tribal area or some of the belts are that we are practicing this one. Then the intensive subsistence farming, wherever we are having high population, in that area we are practicing intensive subsistence farming. Then commercial farming, that is for the raw materials for industry, like that purpose. Then primitive subsistence farming, this type of farming is still practiced in few places in India. It is practiced as small patches with the help of primitive tools like hose, doors, and digging sticks, and family or the community labor. This type of farming depends upon monsoon and natural fertility of the soil and the sustainability of other environmental condition. Suitability of the other environmental conditions. And it is also called like that slash and burn cultivation in some area. Farmers clear the patches of the land and produce crops to sustain their family. When the soil fertility decreases, the farmers shift and start cultivation in the same way on a fresh patch of land. This allows the nature to replenish the fertility of the soil. Productivity in this type farming is low as fertilizers or the modern inputs are not used. The next one, it is intensive subsistence farming. This type of farming is practiced in areas of high population presence and the population pressure on land. It is a labor intensive farming where high doses of biochemical inputs and irrigation are used for obtaining higher production. Though the right of an inheritance leading to the division of land among the successive generation has rendered land holding size uneconomical. The farmers continue to take maximum output from the limited land in the absence of the alternative source of livelihood. Thus, there is enormous pressure on agricultural land. 12% of the world farm it is there in India. And commercial farming, this type of higher doses of modern inputs like HYV seeds, chemical fertilizer, insecticides, and pesticides are used in order to obtain higher productivity. The degree of commercialization varies from region to region. For example, rice in commercial crop in Punjab and Haryana, but in Orissa it is a subsistence crop. Then cropping pattern, India has 3 cropping seasons. They are Rabi, Kharif, and Zaid. A variety of food and non-food crops are grown in the different parts of the country depending upon the variations in soil, climate, and cultivation practice. Rice cultivation, it is the staple food crop. Second largest producer of rice in the world after China. China is the first one and India is the second. Then next point, it is the higher temperature. It is needed higher temperature about 25 degrees centigrade and the high humidity with annual rainfall of 100 centimeters. In areas of less rainfall, it grows with the help of irrigation. That's why in Punjab area or like that area they are cultivating with the help of irrigation. Then plain of north and northeastern India, coastal areas of the deltaic region also very good places for rice production. Then next comes the wheat. Second most important cereal crop, and it is the main food crop in the north and northeast northwestern part of the country. This rabi crop requires a cool growing seasons and bright sunshine at the time of ripening. Starting time, the growing time, it is needed cool, and the ripening time it needed bright sunshine. It requires 50 to 75 centimeter of annual rainfall, evenly distributed over the growing season. And there are two important wheat growing zones in the country. One is Ganga Satluj plain in the northwest and the black soil region of the Deccan. Like the two major regions are there, two belts are there. The major wheat producing states are Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan and parts of Madhya Pradesh. Then next comes sugar cane. Sugar cane is a tropical as well as subtropical crop. It grows well in hot and humid climate with a temperature of 21 degrees centigrade to 27 degrees centigrade, and the annual rainfall between 75 centimeter to 100 centimeter. Irrigation is required in the region of the low rainfall. It can be grown on the variety of soils and needs manual labor from sowing to harvesting. India is the second largest producer of sugar cane only after Brazil. Next one is tea. Tea cultivation. It is a plantation agriculture. It is introduced in India initially by British people. The tea plant grows well in the tropical and subtropical climate, endorsed with a deep and fertile, well-drained soil, rich in humus and organic matter. Tea bushes requires warm and moist frost-free climate in all through the year. Frequent showers evenly distributed over the year ensures a continuous growth of the tender leaves. Tea is a labor-intensive industry. It requires abundant, cheap and skilled laborers. Major tea-producing states are Assam, hills of Darjeeling and Jalpaiguri districts, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Apart from these, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Meghalaya, Andhra Pradesh, Tripura are also tea-producing states of the country. Coffee. India produces about 4% of the world's coffee production. Indian coffee is known in the world for the good quality. The Arabica variety of initially brought from Yemen is produced in country. This variety is in a great demand all over the world. Initially, cultivation was introduced on the Baba Budan hills, and even today its cultivation is confined in the Nilagiri in Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Next comes jute cultivation. It is also known as golden fiber. Jute grows well on well-drained fertile soil in the floodplains where soil were renewed every year. High temperature is required during the time of growth. West Bengal, Bihar, Assam, Orissa and Meghalaya are the major jute producing states. It is used to making gunny bags, mats, robes, yarn, carpets, etc. Cotton. Cotton grows well in the drier parts of the black cotton soil of the Deccan Plateau. It requires high temperature, light rainfall and irrigation, 210 frost days and bright sunshine of its growth. It is a kharif crop and requires 6 to 8 months to mature. Major cotton producing states are Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. The next comes rubber. It is an equatorial crop, but under special conditions it also grown in a tropical and subtropical areas. It requires moist and humid climate with a rainfall of more than 200 centimeter temperature, 200 centimeter and temperature above 25 degree. Then comes the important part of the lesson and little bit difficult to understand part. Technical and industrial reforms. Agriculture, which provides livelihood for more than 60% of its population, needs some serious technical and industrial reforms. Thus, the collectivization and consolidation of holding cooperation and abolition of semindari, etc. That is the some of the reform started. The eighth of right of the inheritance has already led to the fragmentation of the land holding, necessitating the consolidation of the holding. The laws of the land reform were enacted, but the laws of the implementation are lacking behind or in a lukewarm. The government of India embarked upon introducing agriculture reform to improve Indian agriculture in 1960s and 70s. The Green Revolution has based on the use of the package technology, and the White Revolution, operation of flood were some of the strategies initiated to improve the lot of Indian agriculture. But these two led to the concentration on the development of few selected areas, especially Punjab, Haryana, like that area. Therefore, 80s and 90s, the comprehensive land developing program was initiated, with which includes both institutional and technical reforms. Provision for crop insurance against drought, flood, cyclone, fire and diseases, established of Gramin banks, cooperative societies and banks for providing loans and loan facilities to the farmers at lower rates of interest were the some steps in this direction. Kisan Credit Card (KCC), Personal Accident Insurance Scheme, that is PAIS, are some other schemes introduced by the government of India for the benefit of the farmers. Moreover, special weather bulletins and agricultural programs for the farmers were introduced in the radio and television. The government also announced a minimum support price, remunerative and procurement of prices of important crops to check the exploitation of farmers by the speculators and the middlemen. Challenges faced by Indian farmers. Why are farmers committing suicide in several states of the country? Today, Indian farmers are facing big challenge for them from international competitions, and our government is going ahead with a reduction in the public investment in agriculture sector, particularly in irrigation, power, rural roads, market, and mechanization. Suddenly, on fertilizers is subsidy on fertilizers is decreased, leading to increase the cost of production. Moreover, reduction in important duties on agricultural products have proved detrimental to agriculture in the country. Farmers are withdrawing their investment from agriculture, causing a downfall of employment in agriculture. Okay, we will okay, thank you. Have a nice day.